Today, I'm breaking down the truth about Bank of America business credit cards for new businesses. I'm gonna tell you what actually works to get them and those hacks that you can actually ignore. Not only have I helped hundreds of clients get on average 100K for their business from the major banks, I also used to be a business banker myself. So I know a bit about what works and what doesn't. Now, if you're trying to get those high limits from the major banks, then go down below and get my high limit funding engine so you can learn how to build the perfect credit profile that unlocks those limits, because a 750 plus score isn't enough. And stick around because later I'll reveal why Bank of America actually isn't my top pick for new business owners. So first off, why is Bank of America on so many people's radar? Well, one reason is because it's a nationally available bank. So that means anybody in any state can go ahead and open up an account with them online and, of course, apply for credit. Also, you would think a bank named Bank of America would be very popular in America. Now, another thing that they are known for, which, maybe not everybody is aware of this, but they are known for being able to get you 3 credit cards in one day. Now, everybody isn't able to get 3 cards in one day, but you banking with them already also opens up a lot more opportunities for you if you already have that relationship established. So let's go ahead and talk about that first myth of the 3 that I'm going to cover for you. Now, some people say that when you're applying for the Bank of America business credit cards, that you need to have 3 tabs open at once, complete the applications, or at least fill them in, and then submit all 3 of them at once with the 3 tabs open to get 3 approvals at once. Now, that's not true. Now, you could do that, fill out the applications, all 3 tabs, and then, submit them all at once. But that isn't the key to unlocking 3 cards at once. You can actually just apply one application after the other back to back in the same day and achieve the same results. Also, if you're filling out the applications on 3 different tabs, one of them might time out. You might have to go back and redo it again. So you can save yourself that headache. Now, some say you have to have different businesses to get multiple business credit cards from Bank of America. Like you have to have business A, business B, and business C, all, connected to you. And then you apply under all 3 for a business credit card at Bank of America. And that's how you get 3. But that also isn't true. You can actually just apply for all 3 credit cards under one business name. So you don't have to go through the extra hoops of creating another business just to get more than one. Now, the third myth that I hear is that you need to freeze the TransUnion credit file after your first approval to make sure that they don't pull your credit again and give you additional inquiries while you are doing the additional applications. Now, this is also not true. Without freezing anything, I tell clients all the time, just go ahead and apply and you will get all 3 under one inquiry. I even had a client who applied for a credit limit increase on a prior Bank of America card that he had, and within that same 24 hours of getting that increase that he got, which was for about an additional $4,000, he applied for the 2 additional cards that same day I told him to. And they used the same inquiry from the credit limit increase to approve those other 2 cards. And again, even just applying for all 3 cards in one day initially, you will only get 1 inquiry on TransUnion without freezing anything. So all of those extra steps you don't really have to take. You can just do a regular application with your one business that you have, and you can do it all from one tab. So now what's the catch with Bank of America? And the reason why they're not my favorite bank for brand new business owners. One is they require you to start a relationship with them to get the most money out of this bank. So that means you have to open up a business bank account and you have to start to build that relationship if you want to see better results from them. Now, out of all of the other business bank accounts that are out there from the major banks that we know of, Bank of America requires the highest amount for a minimal deposit to avoid any fees at $5,000. Granted, the more money you have in your business bank account, the better it is for your approval odds as far as approval and dollar amount that you get on credit limit, but making that a minimum requirement is a bit much. Now, another thing is, even after, putting a big amount in your bank account, establishing a relationship, and having a good bit of time developed with them, it still kind of can be limiting as far as the total amount that you're able to get from them. Because this bank can be a bit tight on the limits that they get. So when you're brand new in business, you're probably trying to get money for that business as quickly as you can. And the fact that you have to open up the account, establish a relationship, and get a good bit of time in with them in order to get the higher limits, that's just a lot of extra steps that can take away from the speed of you getting the funds that you need, where there are banks that give out more money with less steps in a shorter amount of time. That's why this isn't my favorite bank for brand new businesses. However, I still have been able to see good results with my clients while finding ways to cut down on the amount of time that it would take to get the better approvals. So what's the strategy for the best results from Bank of America? One is having a personal credit score of 700 plus. Of course, you can go a little bit lower, but it's always going to be better for approval odds and credit limits by having your credit score at least like 750 plus. But ideally, trying to not go below 700. Making sure that your credit report is clean, as in no late payments, no charge-offs, no collections, no bankruptcies, and low utilization on your credit report. Now, those are just some of the things that go into having the blueprint that Bank of America would like to see to get the higher limits. And if you want to see what those other things are that you might need to beef up your credit profile to qualify for those higher limits, go down below and check out the High Limit Funding Engine training, where you'll get the exact blueprint and the tools that you need to set your credit profile up in that way to get 50 to 200,000 for your business. Again, one of the other things you need to do for best results is opening up that business bank account with Bank of America. Ideally, you want to have no less than 2,000 in there, but you definitely probably want to have 5,000, 10,000 or so in there to make sure that you maximize your odds. When it comes to the cards that you want to go for, when it is time to apply, you want to go for this card right here, the Business Advantage Customized Cash Rewards Credit Card. It has no annual fee, as you can see here, and it has 0% for 9 months. The other card that you want to go for is the Advantage Unlimited Cash Rewards Credit Card. That has no annual fee, again, and 0% APR for 9 months. And lastly, the other card you want to go for, the Travel Rewards Credit Card. It has no annual fees and no international transaction fees, and it also has 0% APR for the first 9 months. So again, all these cards have 0% for 9 months and no annual fees. And the order that you apply for them in just matters based off of, which card you like the most. I will go for that one first, but those are the cards ideally that you want to go for. And if you're wondering which banks give out more money with less red tape than Bank of America, that's what I'll cover in this video right here. So check that out, or check out this video, which YouTube thinks you might like. And I'll see you in the next video.